All right, guys. So what I want to do is show you how you can actually use Zapier to make your sales process and your sales call process a lot more efficient. And it's actually very simple to do. Obviously, you have to have a Zapier account. You can get a Zapier account for free. You might need, I believe you need the pro option for this. It's not crazy expensive, but I'm going to show you exactly how this works. The whole purpose of setting this up is to keep you from having to do a lot of manual actions. When someone books a call, whether it's a paid ad or it's organic website visit, and they want to get more information about your service, they're going to book a call with you. But we're going to make that follow-up process very seamless so that you can make sure that this person that books a call actually shows up on that call at the date and time that they said they were. And that's called show up rate. So this is an automation you can place within your business that actually help you create very efficient process and also keep you from having to use your own time to manually do this every time a call comes in. So let's jump into it. I'm going to hit edit Zap so we can see exactly what the Zap is doing. You guys can understand how this works. The first thing is the trigger. So the first step will always be the trigger. Each step will go by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And the cool thing about Zap is you can always name the step if you aren't really sure what's going to happen in each step. Like sometimes you set these things up and they're active for a long period of time. So you may want to go in and be specific about what you want to name it. So like I will rename this. So now say invitee created in Calendly. I could change that to say booked call invitee, right? So really simple. And now when I hit the check mark, it's just going to update it so that I know exactly what the step is doing. So as you can see, what will happen here is when a person goes in and books that call on my calendar, it will pull that information, right? Whoever booked that call. And then the next thing to do is filter it. Now, the reason we want to filter it is we want to make sure that we don't pass this action, this information on unless it's the actual type of person we want booking the call. So let me show you. So we're going to say if the event type matches business discovery call. All right. So if the event type is discovery call, then that means, okay, continue forward on this automation, right? I'm going to say if the event type text contains revenue, then you're also going to move forward. Now, if the event type doesn't contain either one of these two options, then what it's going to do is it's going to stop right here, meaning if a person would book the call, it wouldn't continue down this automation. But it definitely is because we have this set up in a way that to make sure that only this type of event type applies to this automation. So I have other options, other types of booked calls, but I want to make sure that only these type of calls apply to what we're working on now. So that's what the filter does, right? Pretty simple. The next thing is the text. You have a text formatter in Zapier. So what does that do? It just makes sure that when you pull that information forward, that you can continue to use that information in the next step. Okay. So we're looking here for a UTM campaign. It's not this test data does not have that. So what we will do is go to continue and we'll skip this test because obviously there's no data to show for the record. So we'll skip it. All right. And the reason we want to format that is because we want to make sure that we can have that data in a format that Active Campaign, which is our email marketing software, can accept. Okay. So let's go to continue. So far, what has happened? Let me explain this. So a person booked, John books a call. It's going to say, hey, this person, John, just booked a call. if they booked a business discovery call, continue. Only continue if they booked that type of call. And then look at the data and say, hey, is the text formatted in a specific way that Active Campaign can accept it? If so, boom, we're going to keep going, right? So here's what happens with Active Campaign. Okay, we're going to say, all right, we pulled the email address, we pulled first name, last name, and also full name, and we pulled the phone number. It's going to be important, and you'll understand why in a second. Okay, so great. We pulled that information. All of it, as you can see, the little logos come from Calendly. So boom, these two steps work perfectly. All right, so we're going to keep going. Okay. The next thing we're going to do, let me show you guys. Now, so from a business perspective, when something like this happens, I want to make sure that internal team is aware that it's happened as well. Okay. And that way, if a person, let's say they send an email or they have some type of issue, error with booking, the team is aware that someone has booked the call. But so let's see what exactly the message I send in Slack, which is a CRM, basically a CRM that you can communicate with your internal team. So if I'm the business owner, I can communicate with my team certain things surrounding this action. So let's see, continue. The next action here is going to say, it's going to message in the channel in Slack. It's going to say, hey team, we got to book the appointment. And it's going to say to make sure, it's going to say to make sure to check your support inbox, to make sure that the lead did not email any questions beforehand. If they need to reschedule, let them know that they can reschedule via Calendly. And what it also is going to do is just give them details on the actual call. So here's details on the actual call. Okay. So it's going to give them details on the actual call that is coming through so that they know who booked, so they can check, they can be aware of if that person contacts us for whatever reason, right? So again, we're just making our internal team aware of what's going on. So if I, as a business owner, is not available there and somebody books a call, they're completely aware that someone has booked the call. All right, so let's continue forward. We don't need to test this. We know that this works. So I'm going to continue. Now, what we have is Twilio. Twilio is just a software that allows us to send text messages. We can either send a text message to ourselves or to, we can send a text message to our own personal number if we want to have a notification, or we can send a text message to the actual user. In this case, you're going to see that we're actually going to send the text message to the person that scheduled the call. Okay. So actually, I told you guys wrong. This text message is actually to us to let us know that someone has booked the call. Okay. So as you can see, it'll say, hey, a lead just scheduled an event on your calendar. Make sure the team checks the calendar app. And it gives us, hey, here's the lead's name, here's the event type, and that's all I really want to have in the text message. We don't want to use a bunch of credits on text credits, getting too specific on that text message. And so now we hit continue, and as we can see, everything works. So just to revisit what happens on this Zap, we're going to call it Discovery Call Zap. And really what I should name it, business Discovery Call Zap. That's more accurate, because there's more than one type of call. So what happens is a customer or a lead comes and books a call on Calendly. Okay. Then we're going to tell it, hey, I only want to continue down this path if that call is a business discovery call. Okay. Then it's going to say, hey, this information that you're putting in here, I want to make sure that it's formatted correctly because I have to push this information over in the Active Campaign. Okay. When we go to Active Campaign, I'm just creating a contact or an update in Active Campaign. Why does that matter? Well, in Active Campaign, I'm not going to get into it in this video. We have an automated email that'll also go out as a reminder to this lead to let them know, hey, check out this information before your call. Okay. So that goes out after this lead gets sent to Active Campaign. Right after that, a message gets sent to our internal team to let them know, hey, we got somebody just booked a call. Just be on the lookout in case they have any issues. And then bam, we get another text message sent to us. Just also reaffirm that we have business discovery call. And really with these text messages, it's just kind of an overview. So, if you check this number at the end of the day, I can see if, 5 people, 6 people have booked calls on that particular day. And then I know, okay, great. We got a couple people booking calls on this particular day. And we've got X amount of calls over the week. Okay. Very simple automation. I can't stress how much time this is going to save and how much structure and organization this is going to give to your sales process. When you have a business that works on sales calls or discovery calls or demonstrations, demo. Okay. So I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. If you have any questions, make sure to leave it in the description. If you want something like this set up specifically for your business, reach out to us at support@wegrowyourbrand.com. Again, support@wegrowyourbrand. I'll put it in the description. And we can actually set up this particular Zap for you. Not only that, but more complex Zaps that cover different actions that go on within a business on a week-to-week or month-to-month basis. The whole point of this, guys, is not just to do something cool, but to save you time, save you money, and make you more money by being extremely efficient and letting these systems make sure that we don't miss any gaps in our processes. Hope you enjoyed this video. This is Steve with Momentum Marketing Tips. I will see you guys on the next one. Take care.